Hi guys, it's Anne here, and today's video is on the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 4 palette. You can see how shiny it is. You can see my camera. You can see outside. I am filming right in front of my window, so this is all natural light. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Had some issues opening it there. So you get 6 powders in total. So your first powder over here is Dim Light. It's finishing powder. Your second one is Diffused Light, another finishing powder. This one over here is a strobe powder called Euphoric Strobe Light. This one is a bronzer in Filtered Bronze Light. Then you have 2 blushes. The first one is Luminous Glow, and then this one here is a strobe blush called Euphoric Fusion. That's this one right here. So you get 6 powders. It is $95 Canadian. Each powder is 1.3 grams, which is the same size as their mini powders, which retails for $30 Canadian. Now, I've used Dim Light before. I had that in a mini palette, or in a mini, and I finished that up in my project pan. So I just want to give my thoughts on this palette. I've been using it all week, so I do want to say though, obviously the price of this is not cheap, and it's more cost effective than buying all 6 in a mini size, but less cost effective if you'd bought like per gram if you bought all 6 in the full size. So if you're only interested in 1 to 2 shades in there, you might as well get the full size because it is better bang for your buck. However, the full sizes are $55 Canadian, so if you get 2 full sizes, that's going to be more expensive than just buying the palette. So you've got to weigh what it is you're looking for and how much total you want to spend. I wanted to get this palette because I desperately wanted to get volume 3, and I waited and I missed out on it. And then I started like hounding the Hourglass site, doing the send me an email when it's back in stock, and then I realized it was going to be like 160 or something stupid like that, just to get it from the Hourglass site. So I ended up not getting volume 3, and I basically jumped on the site when this one came out and bought it right away. I didn't want to wait until the VIB sale because I waited for the VIB sale last time and that's when I missed out on it. I'll be slightly annoyed if it's still available when it's the VIB sale this year because I paid like basically full price for this. So we'll see. I have a feeling it might be because they also have that other new palette that they released, the Unlocked one. So I don't know if it's diluting sales potentially from this palette, and if a lot of people got the palette last year, I don't know if they'll be interested in getting it this year. Future me might be really upset if this is still available in the VIB sale. However, if you're looking to buy it and it's still available in the VIB sale, then you might be in luck. Anyway, I am going to show a little demo of me applying this on my face in its natural daylight. So I'm just going to, and I just did one side of my face so you can just see the difference. So please excuse the really dry skin on my nose. I also have the lighting down a little bit, so hopefully you can see really well. You can see all the texture on my skin. Love to get rid of some of that. But anyway, let's just get right into this. So I'm going to use pretty much every single color, I think, today. We're going to start off with the bronzer shade right here. Blush color right here. And we're going to go into the all over shade right here, dim light. Alright, so there is one half of my face done. A little fuzzy. Zoom you out a little. So this half of my face I used palette. This half is just foundation. That's it. One thing to note about these powders is they're very subtle. So if you've never used them before, don't expect like, oh my god, transformation. They have a very subtle effect, but it's a very beautiful effect. It's really hard to explain, and it's one of those things that you only notice, I don't know, I only noticed it myself. When I first started using dim light, I was like, holy crap, like it just, in person, just helps make my skin look a little blurred, a little brighter, just overall, I don't know, it just has a really, really nice effect. So that's the reason why I ended up getting this palette, because I knew I wanted to buy dim light anyway. And I also wanted to try their other palettes. I've never tried their blushes, their bronzers, or their highlighters, so I wanted to try the other products. The one thing I'm going to say about this palette is, I was originally going to say this is really only for light to medium skin tone. However, I kind of changed my mind on that. I think if you have medium skin tone, you can use this. You're just going to get a different effect. So for example, even dim light. So I use dim light all over my face. I know a lot of people that are paler than me, when they use dim light, they say it darkens their skin tone. So they can actually use dim light as a blush, which for me, it's an all over, it's a very skin tone color for me. And again, you have another finishing powder that's even lighter than that. So if you're paler, you still have a finishing powder. I think if you're a deeper skin tone, you're gonna see that dim light and diffuse light are both gonna be brightening for you. The other thing is with the bronzer. So for me, I find the bronzer really subtle. I think it'll work much better in the winter time for me when I'm like at my palest. And again, if you have a really light skin tone, the bronzer is gonna be nice on you. If you have a deeper skin tone, like I feel like if you have a medium skin tone, that's going to be a finishing powder on you. And if you have a deeper skin tone, potentially it could be a highlighter on you, because it does have a bit of a lightness to it as well. So again, I think if you do have a deeper skin tone, you may not be so impressed with this, but again, you may have a different effect with it. I think the blushes though, out of this palette, I think I'm most impressed or excited about the blushes. I think they will work on any skin tone. Like they will, yeah, I think if you have deep skin tone, light skin tone, you can make these blushes work. The highlight is again a very subtle highlight. It's one of those kind of highlights. Hi buddy. Sorry, my cat. This is the third time I've tried filming this. So I'm just filming it even though my cat is right here wanting me to pay attention to him. The highlight is a very subtle highlight. It's one of those highlights that is a bit more natural. I'm not sure even if you can see, like I have it right there. It's a very natural. It's a lot like the Essence highlighter, you know, the baked highlighter. I think there's only one shade in that. It's very similar, I think, effect to that. So my final thoughts on this are, you don't have to run out and buy this. I would never recommend something this expensive as a must, but if it's something you are really wanting to try, I think you'll be happy with it. If you've used some of these powders before and you know you like them, it's obviously a great little palette, particularly for travel, and I like it. I'm glad I bought it. it was expensive. I probably won't buy another one of these palettes again until this one's used up, because I don't see, if they continue to do these palettes in the same manner, I don't see why I would bother buying another one. The last thing I want to say is I did choose this one over the Unlocked one because this one has powders that are actually in their like regular lineup, whereas the Unlocked one had sort of special edition ones. So I felt like if there were powders in here that I really liked, that I could buy it in the full size in the future. So that's one thing to note as well in terms of a difference between this palette and the Unlocked palette. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. I'd love it if you did subscribe to my little tiny channel over here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.